Hello, everyone, and welcome to our brand new podcast series where we dive deep into the transformative world of AI and its impact on the fourth industrial revolution. We're super excited to kick off this journey with you as we explore some of the most thought-provoking insights from the book, The Fourth Industrial Revolution and 100 Years of AI, 1950 to 2050, by Dr. Alok Aggarwal.
That's right. It's a fascinating look at how AI has evolved over the last century and where it might be taking us in the future. It spans from the early days of AI in the 1950s to predictions for the next few decades. And trust me, there's a lot to unpack.
To get things started, the book opens with a story that many of you might recognize, HAL 9000 from 2001, A Space Odyssey. It's a perfect example of how we've always been curious about what it means for machines to be intelligent. Can they think? Can they feel? Can they ever be as capable as humans?
Exactly. The story of HAL really sets the stage for a bigger conversation about the possibilities and challenges of AI.
Exactly. And did you know, Dr. Aggarwal mentioned that this was actually what initially sparked his interest in AI. And I bet a lot of our listeners have thought about that too at some point, especially with all the advancements we've seen recently. But let's be honest, sometimes the way AI is portrayed in the media can feel a little over the top. It can be a little bit much.
Absolutely. There's so much hype around AI these days, but what I love about this book is how it cuts through all that noise. It zeroes in on the real science and engineering behind AI, asking some truly thought-provoking questions. Like, beyond all the talk of potential dangers, what are the actual limitations AI faces today?
Great point. We all know AI is powerful, but we don't always grasp its limits. AI is a key part of a bigger shift, the fourth industrial revolution. So what does that really mean? Can you break it down for us?
It's like a new wave of rapid tech advancements, much like past industrial revolutions, but way faster. This one's all about convergence, a mix of new inventions we're already seeing and using in our daily lives.
So like smartphones, the Internet of Things, driverless cars, all that good stuff.
Right. And some of these innovations have even gone through those classic boom and bust cycles. Remember IBM Watson winning Jeopardy? It felt revolutionary, but the real-world applications didn't quite match the hype. Same with driverless cars, been talked about for years but still not mainstream. And now, everyone's buzzing about GPTs, these generative models, but we're still figuring out their true potential.
Alright, so with all this rapid innovation swirling around, how do we even begin to make sense of it? What are the main factors fueling this new wave of technological change?
Well, it really zeroes in on two core elements: AI and data infrastructure. So you can think of AI systems as the motors and CPUs of this revolution. They're becoming incredibly diverse, they're popping up everywhere, driving all sorts of applications, and then you have this whole new infrastructure emerging that's dedicated to just managing and utilizing this massive amount of data that we're generating.
So data infrastructure is kind of like the backbone of all of this, allowing AI to function and evolve.
Exactly. And what's interesting is that these two innovations are kind of intertwined with all these other advancements that we're seeing. Like the Internet of Things, climate change solutions, blockchain, the metaverse, robotics, 3D printing, and even breakthroughs in healthcare and genetics.
It's a lot to unpack. It sounds like we're really on the verge of some pretty radical shifts in just about every aspect of our lives.
Yeah, one of the areas that I find particularly interesting is gene editing. It's a game changer. Imagine being able to cure diseases or even boost human abilities. But it also opens up a Pandora's box of ethical and social dilemmas, like who gets access and what the unintended consequences might be.
It's mind-blowing to think about the potential benefits, but also the potential risks, especially with something as fundamental as our genes. It feels like with every leap forward, there's this whole new set of questions and challenges to grapple with.
Absolutely. It acknowledges that some jobs will disappear, but highlights that new roles will emerge, ones we can't even predict yet. The key is adaptability, embracing lifelong learning, and honing skills that are uniquely human, like creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence.
That makes sense. It feels like the ability to learn and adapt is going to be more valuable than ever in this rapidly changing world. And it's amazing to think about how AI is already woven into so many aspects of our lives, even if we don't always realize it.
Yeah, that's the thing about this revolution. It's happening all around us, whether we're fully aware of it or not. And I think as we move forward, it's important for everyone to engage in conversations about the potential benefits and risks of AI. We can't just leave it up to the experts. We all have a role to play in shaping the future we want.
I totally agree. It's one of those topics that can feel really daunting at first. But the more we learn and talk about it, the more empowered we become to make informed choices about how we want to interact with this technology.
Absolutely. And that's really what this whole deep dive is all about. Giving you the tools and knowledge to think critically about AI and the fourth industrial revolution.
It feels like we've only just scratched the surface. But this has been an incredibly insightful conversation. I'm already thinking about AI in a whole new light.
Well, we've covered a lot today, from AI's rapid evolution to the transformative potential of emerging technologies. We've talked about how AI is shaping the fourth industrial revolution and how it's intertwined with data infrastructure, gene editing, and much more.
Absolutely. And as we look ahead, there's so much more to explore. Next time, we'll dive into the 8 vital characteristics of industrial revolutions, from how a single invention can lead to a new infrastructure, to the far-reaching effects of these innovations. We'll also look at how inventions often take decades to fully impact society, and how governments play a crucial role in shaping these shifts.
That's right. We'll break down how inventions evolve, who wins and who loses in the process, and what it all means for the future. It's going to be a fascinating discussion you won't want to miss.
So until next time, keep thinking critically about the world around you. And remember, the future is what we make of it.
Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next episode.